how tough is it for you to give what's really on your mind, knowing you're friends with many of these guys, like even Magic? You know, it's very hard for you to be critical of Magic, because when I see Magic sitting next to you, it's as if it's your brother, it's your family.
We're pretty tight.
Yeah, it's very obvious. How tough is it for you to give criticism to some of these guys that are your boys or your best friends? It's not at all.
Not even a little.
Come on, Steve.
Not even a little bit.
Really?
You know why? Because it's not personal. What do I say? I'm not talking about their family. I'm not talking about their private
Purely
business.
the game.
We're talking about the game. Like, you know, Allen Iverson, let me tell you something right now. I know I'm tight with Magic and, you know, Shaq, and, you know, guys like Kobe and others are cool and all of that stuff. But Allen Iverson is like my little brother. We're that tight. And Lord knows we had our history with each other. Allen Iverson and I once went 8 months without talking to each other. And I was the beat writer. We walked by each other and then talked to each other for 8 months, all right, because he was so furious at me, and I didn't give a damn. But let me tell you something. I would never talk about his personal business, and he knows that, unless one or two things happen. He asked me to, or he ended up in the police blotters, because I can't avoid that. You see what I'm saying? That's public information. To me, that's not private. You end up in the police blotters, it's public. Okay? So that would be those were the only two conditions under which I would do it with any of these guys. Outside of that, you have friends. I have friends. You know how many times we look at our friends? That was some BS right there. You could have done better, you could have played better, you could have done this, you could have done that. They know this. And so for me, what I've religiously made a point of doing is that I don't blindside you. The people that I really, really know, I have access to. So 9 times out of 10, I'm texting them, this is coming. Or I'm calling them,
you gotta be
this
kidding
is
me.
coming.
Wow.
I don't like what you did. What the hell were you thinking? You might not want to see First Take tomorrow because I'm coming.
What do they tell you? No specifics, but what do they tell you when you say this is coming tomorrow?
Man, there you go with that bullshit, Stephen A. Blah, 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 blah. We start arguing a lot of times, or they'll call and explain themselves or whatever, but they always know. At the end of the day, I might be a
Very insightful.
I might be a Mack truck, but you see me coming. And, you know, we talk about big boy rules here. With big boy rules in the world of adulthood, particularly as it pertains to corporate America and things of that nature, people have a problem with two things. When you stab them in the back, or when you ignore them and don't listen to them. And you've given them no outlet to influence your thoughts if you're in a position like mine. What I try to do is make sure they never have that problem with me. If you are a person that, if you have access to me and I have access to you, there's absolutely no excuse in my mind how I can take a position without giving you an opportunity to express your thoughts about my position first. Now, if it can't be helped, it can't be helped. If I find out something at 9:55 and I gotta go on the air at 10 a.m., okay, then I might couch what I say a little bit. What do? I'm honest about it. Look, I could go harder, but I know this person. I got their number. I haven't had an opportunity to call them. Let me call them.
You will hold back a little bit to give them that respect.
To give them that
Sure.
respect. Because that's what I would want.
I respect that.
That's what I would want for myself.
Yeah.
But if I don't know you, most times, and I will say this about me, I blame you. I'm not blaming me because I am not a person that hides in studio. Or in others cases,
I've heard you say this before.
I go to the games.
Right.
I go to the locker rooms.
Who was it with John Wall, right? John Wall, there was where you try to have a conversation with him.
You know, listen, let me preface my comment about John Wall by saying he's a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He just made a mistake when it came to me because he's lying. Okay, he said he was 36 hours before the Washington Wizards opened their season. He was seen at a nightclub drinking and partying. The problem with that is that he came into training camp overweight and out of shape. It's 36 hours before the season, people felt you were still overweight and out of shape. And then on top of it all, TMZ reported. You're looking at an individual right over there that's the head of our social media department. He came to me and said, look at this. TMZ is reporting this with John Wall. and had video. So I said, you cannot have TMZ having you on video saying this about you. That is what I said. He said, Stephen A. dimed me out and told people I was at the club. That's a violation of my ethics. I don't do that. I don't publicize your private business. Now, I might sit up there and see you play like garbage the next night and go like this. What were you doing last night? Because your game looked that bad. I might throw in a line like that, but that's about it. I'm not going to sit up there and say you were here, you were here, you were there. That's your personal business. Ain't my personal business. I don't do that. Why? Because I'm covering athletes that are highly sensitive to that kind of things. And that's the generation that I come from, where there's certain codes that you don't break, reporter or no reporter. And I'm very, very big on that. And so for me to sit up there and to tell people that you're trying to paint me as something that I'm not, I will remember that when I see him. And whenever we have a conversation one-on-one, he's going to know exactly how I feel and why. I don't want people interpreting it as this is going to be more than that. You know, I'm 51 years old. I'm not trying to get into a fist fight or anything, and this doesn't warrant it. I'm a grown man. But what I'm saying is, don't do that. That's unethical. That's not right. You know it's wrong. Don't paint me like that. What if I was that kind of unethical person where I wanted to paint a picture of you? You trying to tell me I couldn't pull it off with the national platform that I have? But I would never do such a thing because I owe that to myself, my family, who I am, what my name is, and I owe it to my employer, ESPN, to be far more responsible than that.